traveling to consciousness, exploring spiritual journeys to find answers in uncertainty.
What is up, conscious monkeys? Welcome back to another episode of Traveling to Consciousness. As always, I'm your host, Clayton Cuteri. And this episode, we are getting back to our spiritual roots. We're going to be talking about, you could call it quantum level law of attraction. I'm trying to stay away from the word quantum because I feel like everybody overuses that word. I think atomic level law of attraction, the atomic law of attraction, the quantum law of attraction is a much better phrase for what this is. And you'll start to see it on your own. And I also kind of want to make a note about the fact that I have not been making too many spiritual podcasts. They've been a little bit more politically focused. And the reason that is because when I make these Indigo education podcasts, I need to experience these things for myself first. I need to go out the world, test them, see if they're real. If they're real, then I can talk about it. So I can give you personal examples. Because I feel like a lot of things in the spiritual community is kind of just things that sound good and feel good, and then they get repeated into the ether, and then it's considered spirituality. I see that with the word quantum. And what we're going to be talking about really is the quantum law of attraction. We can call it the atomic law of attraction. I'm probably going to call it atomic in the title, just so people aren't like, oh my gosh, quantum. But as I say that, maybe I will write quantum law of attraction because that's what it is. I need to stick to it. I need to set the tone straight for everyone else. And I'm sure it'll get more clicks. So the quantum law of attraction. In order to understand this, we need to look at things from what the smallest level, the smallest piece of intelligence is in this entire world. So many people think that humans are the only intelligent thing, and I find that to be kind of laughable. I feel like that's what modern science, maybe it's not modern science, but like recent modern history science would advocate for, is that humans are the smallest, most intelligent creature, but we're not. There's something smaller than humans that's actually the most intelligent thing. Because you can break it down. Animals are intelligent in a different way. You can't breathe underwater. That's a fish intelligence, right? You can't kill a gazelle with your bare hands. I mean, maybe some people can, but it's a lot of effort. But that's a different level of intelligence. And then you go a step deeper, plants, right? You have no way the intelligence of standing in a field and living for tens of hundreds of thousands of years. That would be like a tree intelligence, right? It's a different form of intelligence. So what this goes down means there's even a lower level, and that would be the atomic level. That would mean that every single atom in this entire universe is intelligent. We call them inanimate objects, but really they're intelligent in a different way. They're moving at a different frequency. Cameras, for instance, have camera intelligence. Those atoms are intelligent to know what it's like to be a camera. A microphone has microphone intelligence. You can't be a microphone. You can repeat stuff louder, kind of like a megaphone, but you're not a microphone. You can't record it and then play back the same exact voice. Some people can, but it's not going to be the exact same frequency. So the point is that every single atom in your existence that you see, that you come in contact with, that you touch, you taste, you smell, you think, has a form of intelligence. So what does this mean for the law of attraction? How does this tie into the quantum law of attraction? Well, I think it's important now. We need to kind of dissect what a quantum is. And this is where it might become might feel a little woo-woo, but there's legitimacy in it. And you kind of have to take an abstract mindset to this. You can't think of it literally. You can't, it's literal in a different way. So take an abstract mind to this, right? Think about your camera. Think about maybe you're in a car. We'll say a car. I have a feeling people drive their cars whenever they listen to this podcast. So imagine you're in your car. That area inside your car is a quantum. Now, what do we mean by that? I would say you could also say that this entire universe is a quantum. So you could say a universe. We can replace the word quantum for universe. So in your car is an entire universe, an entire quantum. It has a governing body. And you are very likely the supreme leader of that governing body. You're the president, you're the CEO, and you say where things go and don't go. You say if it needs to be clean. You say if your water bottle can come into it, can enter that universe. If it can't, you're in charge of that universe. You set it, you create it exactly how you want it to be. So within there'll be a governing body. There will be a sense of order, a sense of creativity, and there will be a sense of unity. If something comes into that car that doesn't belong, it'll create discomfort in the car and in you, because you're the president. You feel what goes on within your own universe. So the atoms will start to fight. For example, say you have like a Lamborghini. Think that you're in this like Lamborghini quantum, and a homeless person walks in or starts knocking on the window. The thoughts that come to your mind, because you're the president, you're the CEO, will be, this person doesn't belong here. They don't belong in this quantum. They shouldn't enter. So you'll do everything in your power to tell them to get away. You'll say no. And those thoughts are coming from the atoms, the quantum that you are surrounded by. So those thoughts are coming from the seats of the Lamborghini. They're coming from the mirror, the body, the engine. They're in a sense sending you signals and information that you then need to speak out. Because you're in the Lamborghini quantum, and something that does not belong in a rich, vibrant Lamborghini quantum is trying to enter. So you say no. Another good example of this, and maybe even a better example, would be if you extrapolate this out to, let's say, a hotel or a 5-star restaurant. This is probably the perfect example. You have a 5-star restaurant. There's a dress code. You have to wear a blazer. You have to wear pants. You have to wear shoes. You have to wear a nice shirt. Say someone who's homeless comes and tries to enter that restaurant. Battered shorts, not clean shaven, maybe they're wearing like half a shirt. Their elbows are showing, their knees are showing, they have flip-flops on. The people of that restaurant will tell them that they have to leave. They'll say, you're not welcome here, you have to go. Because their energies are not aligned for that quantum. They can't enter it. And this is the way that restaurant is its own universe, its own quantum, and it will protect it from other people trying to enter it. So Clayton, you told me this is about the quantum law of attraction. And I know we're getting there. I need you to agree with me before we go further that atoms are real. They're living. They're giving you thoughts. They're giving you knowledge. They're giving you information. We have to agree upon that before we can go the next step deeper. So what this means is, look at your life. Maybe the clothes you buy, the shampoo you put on, the deodorant you wear, the perfume that you spray yourself with. If these are cheap quantums, if these energies are inexpensive and you keep using them, they'll keep trying to convince your mind to bring in cheaper quantums. Oh, that's too expensive, go cheaper. Oh, that's not enough, go cheaper. I know people who have cheap quantums, who try to get the best deal on things, who won't even attempt to walk into like stores like Gucci or Louis Vuitton they'll just say no. They won't even enter because the atoms, their mind, the thoughts that are getting sent to them will block them from even entering those stores. So it's almost the law of attraction and repelling at the same time. If you're wealthy, you can walk in with no problem. Those quantums will recognize you. They'll say, yeah, we know who this is. He's welcome. He's one of us. So how do you utilize this quantum law of attraction in order to get what you want? Well, first thing, it's going to take you getting out of your comfortability zone a little bit, because you spent all this time creating momentum in a specific direction. Let's say it's with cheap quantums. All you do is buy clothes from Goodwill. Well, let's say they're $5 clothes. Well, you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone, and you're going to have to buy a little bit more expensive of clothes. Maybe it's $10 clothes, $15 clothes. It might feel a little uncomfortable, but over time you do that, those clothes, those atoms, because you're surrounding yourself by them, will give you knowledge in how to make more money so that you can buy more of it. The best way that I can describe this, the best way you can test this, and it usually takes about 6 months. That's what I've noticed, 6 to 8 months for this to work. And it's also important that you have to stay calm, because if you stretch yourself too far, if you say you're driving like a 2012 Honda Prius and you're like, oh, I'm going to just upgrade my quantums. You go and you buy a Lamborghini and you somehow get a loan for it. You're going to be so stressed. How am I going to pay this off? I can't figure out how to pay this off. I'm stressed. Those energies will not come to you. Those thoughts will not come to you. The rich thoughts will not come to you. You won't integrate with that quantum. That quantum will reject you. So that's why the slow process is very important. So, therefore, you need to do this slowly. I cannot stress it enough that you need to do this slowly. Move slow. Take your time. Enjoy the present moment. And what I recommend is you start with soap. You start with some sort of beauty product, because usually those are kind of like roughly cheaper. It's a good way to kind of start the momentum trend. Maybe shaving cream, maybe deodorant, maybe perfume might be a little bit more expensive, but like deodorant. And if right now you're spending $10 on like a little thing of deodorant, try 30. If that makes you stressed, go down to 20. Try it out. See what happens. Because I know from my life, what I've experienced, what I've gone through, is that it's very powerful. It will work. But you have to be calm. You cannot create more stress. You have to go just little by little. And so, the reason this becomes the quantum law of attraction is because your frequency is changing. Your body is its own quantum, right? The food you put in it, the products you put in it, the way you take care of yourself, all creates your own body's quantum. So by putting on more expensive soap, perfume, more expensive clothing, you increase your body's quantum. So the thoughts that come into your mind, if you're calm, will be of a higher frequency, will be more powerful. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I have seen it work in my life over the last year. I gave it a year. It's insane. It works. It's so crazy. And all I can tell you is don't trust me. There is no reason that you should trust what I'm saying. You should go try this for yourself. I'm telling you it works. I'm telling you that this is the knowledge. This is the knowledge that the most wealthy people in the entire world know and understand. And it's how they obtain massive amounts of wealth. Think about it. How many hours of the day does Clayton have? 24. How many hours of the day do you have? 24. How many hours of the day does Donald Trump have? 24. How many hours of the day does Jeff Bezos have? 24. How many hours of the day does Elon Musk have? 24. So how is it that a select few group of people can obtain massive amounts of wealth while the common man, us, the common people, cannot? It comes down to knowledge. It's all about knowledge. And the knowledge here is how you can upgrade your life in many different directions. You can do it with money. You can do it with certain areas of expertise. But money is really the catalyst. This is really the thing that will get your life going. And try it. It's going to take about 6 months. So what is it, January 23rd? So what is that? July. Give it till at least July. Wear these expensive deodorants, but stay calm. Expensive shampoo, soap, whatever it is. Upgrade your life if you can afford it. Budget it out. And this is where it's important to make the plan, right? Make sure you can comfortably say for the next 6 to 8 months, I can afford to increase spending more on soap, on clothes, on all these things. And be patient, because it's going to be cool what happens. You'll be like, wow, I'm getting new money. Your mind will kind of probably try to chip in and be like, well, it's because of this, because of that, It's because you're utilizing the truth of the law of attraction. There's a lot of other BS things that run around the law of attraction, but this is the legit quantum law of attraction that I'm explaining to you right now. You will upgrade your quantum, and that frequency will give you thoughts that will bring in more of it. I promise you, I've seen it in my life. So slowly upgrade, slowly bring it in. And this is such a valuable knowledge. And honestly, if we're talking about knowledge, what you should do is sign up for my newsletter. You can get on the newsletter by signing up for the 999 meditation challenge, which is down below. You can go click on the link tree. But you get on the newsletter and you're going to be updated about these weekly talks that I do with Shelby Moore. We do these weekly talks on Instagram, and we're going to actually set up a Patreon soon where it's all going to be behind a paywall, but all of this knowledge will be available to you guys, and even deeper stuff. And it's kind of more free form, going back and forth, talking to each other. But I know there's going to be very valuable knowledge there as well. So we have to utilize this knowledge. We have to use this knowledge. We need the common man to have this knowledge. And this is the knowledge that we need to be teaching the next generation. You know, whenever I'm campaigning, I'm talking about being a politician. I'm telling people we need to upgrade our education. But I don't have time to sit and talk about this. So I'll be like, yeah, we got to do more meditation, breath work, mindfulness, things that people understand. But this knowledge is like that on steroids. It's like next level knowledge. This is like the knowledge. This is like the essence of spiritual knowledge that has been hidden from the common people, from you, from me, for millennia, and has only been given to the wealthy. Only the wealthy people know about this. It's how you have families, oligarchs, that stay in power for so long. Have you ever seen, here's a good example. Have you ever seen times where people will buy stuff, like maybe it's like a house or like a cottage, and it's just so ridiculously expensive and lavish, and you have no idea why, and literally the thought that comes to mind is like, why would someone ever need something that big? Why would someone ever need something? That's just too much. Knowingly or unknowingly, they're generating more wealth for themselves. More rich atoms are coming to them because they're increasing their rich quantum. They're increasing their money energy. So more money comes to them. And again, I don't know if it's conscious or unconscious. Some is conscious, some maybe it's unconscious. But all of them are at least some level aware that this exists. And it's how they attract more money, more beauty, more fame to themselves. That's how it comes. They're calm and they buy expensive stuff, very expensive stuff. Try it. Don't listen to me. Don't believe me. Try it for yourself. Once you try it, you're going to come back and be like, wow, Clayton, this worked. I want to see comments underneath this post on Spotify saying 6 months later, wow, I got a massive pay increase after doing this for 6 months. Wow, after 8 months, I started getting random checks in the mail. I started thinking about new ideas for my business to improve. All of this stuff. Watch and learn. And again, the only reason that I'm making podcasts about this, and the only reason I've been taking so much time away from these spiritual podcasts, is because I need to see it work in my life. We have to stop spraying all this spiritual knowledge out there that is just wisdom. They don't actually have it integrated into their knowing, their psyche. But like, this is knowledge that I've seen work in my life where I'm like, I know. It's not even like oh, well, maybe this, maybe that. No, this is the formula. Okay. This is how simple it is. Ready for the formula. Be calm. Be able to afford this upgrade for 6 to 8 months. Be calm in that upgrade. And then reap the rewards. That's the formula. It's so simple, but that's the true law of attraction. That's how you truly upgrade your frequency. And it's not the only way. Don't get me wrong. Don't take this out. Don't get mad at me. There's definitely inner work. There's definitely healing trauma. There's definitely all of that. That for sure exists in healing upgrading your frequency, upgrading your heart, staying connected to your inner eye. 100%, 110%. I'm not discounting that, but I'm saying but that's like more esoteric work. That's more like astral or mental work. What I'm talking about more is like physical work. You need it all to be in alignment, because you can be super powerful astrally, but if you don't have any power in the 3D, in the physical, then it's worthless. In a way, it's worthless. I don't want to say it's completely worthless, but it could be more powerful is what I'm trying to say. If you have a ton of power in the astral and you have a ton of power in the physical, watch out. You're going to be a force to be reckoned with. So this law of attraction, I'm telling you, is mostly for the physical. The quantum law of attraction. Upgrade your quantum. I know you've been doing the work, mindfulness, awareness, patience, releasing control, abundance mentality, all of it. Definitely. But this knowledge is going to make you more calm. See, a lot of our stress in this life comes from money. It's by design. The banks have created it by design. And that's a whole nother conversation. But through loans, debt has become the primary focus, and it causes a lot of stress in our inner eye, and it makes it hard for us to see the bigger picture. So use this as a tool, this knowledge as a tool, to get more money. You'll become more calm. You become more calm, you can then go into the astral at deeper levels. You can go deeper. And by you going deeper, it's going to increase your connection to source, nature, God. So do it. Do both. That's what I'm here to tell you, is to do both. And this quantum law of attraction is something that is not taught anywhere. I've never seen anyone teach it before. I learned it from my guru. But other than that, I've never seen it talked about. And it frustrates me because I see all these rich people and they have to know it at some level, but why aren't they teaching it? Why aren't they teaching it? Why don't they want the common man to be powerful? Why don't they want the common man to rise up, to be powerful, to be the victor, to be the leader? Because that's what we need in this world, is we need the common man to start leading us. So with all that being said, I appreciate you all. Thank you for being here. I very much look forward to the next time we talk. And until then, I will see you all in the 6th dimension.